Hello students, this is second video of the genetics, and in the first video we have gone with the several terms like homozygous, heterozygous, dominant, recessive, phenotype and genotype. Homozygous means the two chromosomes will be expressing on the same character, and genotype means the two chromosomes are two alternate characters they will express, so that it is heterozygous. One will be dominant, other one will be recessive will present. And phenotype genotype means expressible characters are there in the phenotype, and genotype the characters are present in the genes of the cells. And dominating recessive also we have gone through, that is the dominating means super ruling allele and recessive means suppressed allele. So that suppressed characters are always masked by the dominating characters. So always the chromosomes will be represented with some of the symbols so that we can able to show our experiments. So now we will be looking for the Mendel's experiments on inheritance. So Mendel's generalizations of the results of breeding experiments on the garden pea, that is the Pisum sativum. He has given us three laws, that is the law of dominance, number one, and number two is that the law of segregation. Third one is the law of independent assortment. So law of dominance says that out of a pair of contrasting characters present together, only one is able to express itself while the other remains suppressed. So this is the dominating and recessive characters is related to this, so that the recessive character can express only when the pair consisting of both are recessive, that is homozygous in the character. The law of segregation says that the two members of a pair of factors separate during the formation of gametes. They do not blend but segregate or separate into different gametes, so that the segregation is also says that law of purity of gametes, so the which character is completely they will be getting to be purely, that is dominating character. The gametes combine together by random fusion at the time of zygote formation. Then third law says that the law of independent assortment, when there are two pairs of characters before that law of dominance and law of segregation, we can able to take one pair of character, that is the, if we are taking the cross and the offsprings, we can able to check from the parents by taking only consideration of one character, then the cross is called as the monohybrid cross. If we will take any two characters from the parents to the offsprings to check the gametes or the zygote in which way they can able to form and the offsprings in which all characters, if two characters are presented, then it is called as a dihybrid cross. So when there are two pairs of characters, the distribution of the allele of one character into the gametes is independent of distribution of alleles of the other character. So it is, we will be always check with the one first generation and the second generation, and the first generation is always denoted as the F1 generation, that it is called as the first filial generation, means a cross between the offsprings. The first, second and the third generation of the offsprings are known as the first filial generation, second filial generation and third filial generation. So it is symbolized as F1, F2, that is the second filial generation, F3 it is called as the third filial generation respectively, so that we can able to reach up to two generations only, first filial generation and the second filial generation, and these all are represented with a checkboard, and that particular board it is known as the Punnett square. So the Punnett square says that Punnett square says that it is a checkerboard devised by scientist Punnett that helps to study all the possible results of the various crosses. So all the possible results we can able to write in a square like a boards we will prepare, and in that we will place all the results of the offsprings, so that it is devised by the scientist Punnett. According to his name we will say that is Punnett square. So these three laws we will be experimenting under the Punnett squares. So students, Mendel's experiments on inheritance. The basic principles of genetics were discovered for the first time of the Krieger John Mendel in the mid 19th century. Mendel was an Australian monk. We have already gone through with that. And he has selected the flower is garden pea, that is the Pisum sativum. And he has taken that varieties of the characters from the pea plant. Those are 7 pairs of contrasting characters he has pointed out from the garden pea, that is the Pisum sativum. So those characteristic features are, number one is the flower of the uh, color of the flower, that is the purple color and white color. Purple color is the dominating one, white color is the recessive one, and seed color is yellow color is dominating, green color, seed color is two colors, yellow and green color. Out of this, yellow color is dominating, green is recessive. Seed shape round and wrinkled, round is dominating, wrinkled is recessive one. And pod color is green and yellow, pod color green is dominating and yellow color pod is recessive one. Pod shape inflated one is the constricted, inflated one is the dominating and constricted one is one of the recessive. And flower position of the flower is also he has pointed out, that is the axillary position, one is the terminal position. Axillary position is the dominating position and terminal position is the one of the recessive character. Plant height is tallness and the draftness. So any of the characters, suppose we will go for a checkerboard of the Punnett square, then definitely we have to use the symbols, then only we can able to get the better of the answers. So we can able to see that Mendel crossed the pure breeding varieties first by taking only one feature, one character at a time, that is called as the monohybrid cross. If we are taking up the one character, then of the two of the parents we will take one character, that may be the height we will take in both the parents. Suppose height we have taken, or we can able to take the suppose in the plant we can able to take the shape of the pod we have taken, then it is only one color we are discussing about the both the parent, then it is called as the cross is monohybrid cross. Suppose we have taken two characters, that is color of the flower and we have taken a shape of the fruit or color of the flower and height also we have taken at a time, then two characters of the one parent crossing with two characters of the another parent, then two characters we are just taking under the Punnett square, it is called as the dihybrid cross. So dihybrid cross and monohybrid cross we will see under the Punnett square, and that we will see with the help of the our Punnett square with the experimentation of the Mendel's law of inheritance, which law it is related to this particular experiments, and that we will go for first filial generation and second filial generation we will see. So for the monohybrid cross we will take an example. Monohybrid cross containing the pure breeding plant bearing terminal flowers was cross-pollinated with pure breeding flowers having the axillary flowers, that is the monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross with the axillary flowers. With the terminal flowers. And both are called as the character is position of the flower, position of the flower. So in this position of the flower we will be looking to the symbols. Axillary flowers are symbolized with the A and A, and terminal flowers of the same of the letter with small letters. Always chromosomes are appearing in pairs. So these are the parents, and parents for the cross, they will be forming the reducing the number to form the zygote, that is the forming the zygote, they are always forming the gametes. So this is the meiosis, reductional division. Under the reductional division, it formed the gamete. Here one of the axillary flower containing gamete, terminal flower containing gamete, and both are appearing for the A and A, and taking the cross is cross pollination, allowing for cross pollination, so that this is both will be going for, this is the ovule and this is the pollen grain, and forming one of the this type of breed it is. So both the cases, this is homozygous because both are expressing the same character. Here it is one of the homozygous, both are expressing the same, but here it is we got one result, that is the heterozygous, but dominating A is the axillary, so heterozygous, axillary, all axillary flowers. So this hybrid, which one we got, that is our first filial generation, and this first filial generation, which hybrid we got, this zygote is again allowing for the our self pollination, so that it is same kind of flowers only normally the plant is having. Then we will be taking this same A and A containing with this, here also A and A containing with the, they are again go for the self pollination. If they will go for the self pollination, no doubt these are the gametes of this. So this is one gamete, this is one gamete of the heterozygous. Like that, more of the flowers, they can be able to form the offsprings in the F1 generation. So any two flowers we will take for the self pollination, so that we can able to go like this. So A to A, this is giving as the, this one is crossed with this character and this one is crossed with this. So again this one is crossed with this, dominating will be written first always, then this is crossed like this. So if you are finding any difficulty to do like this, then you can able to take the square also like this. The female cross is. So this table is also very convenient for you to do. This also you can do. A into A, these two are gametes are forming one zygote. Here again this one dominating to the recessive, dominating to the recessive, recessive to the recessive. So 4 varieties of the offsprings we got in the second generation. This is our F2 generation. F2 generation, we got the 4 of the offsprings, and out of the 4 offsprings, now A is dominating here. A dominating character is always showing the axillary flowers. So out of this A dominating axillary flowers, all 3, this is axillary homozygous, these are axillary heterozygous, this is completely terminal. Terminal breed it is. Terminal one. So one case is our terminal. Remaining 3 cases are our axillary. So axillary character of the flower is very much dominated, and our law of dominance proves that here in the self-pollination of F2 generation, out of 4 of the offsprings, 3 are axillary, that is the dominating character, that is the law of dominance says that the dominating character is always putting the mask on the recessive character. Number one. Only one case is the our terminal flower, that is all the 375% is the you are showing as the phenotype characters. One is only the recessive one, that is the recessive homozygous. Here dominating homozygous and dominating this heterozygous also axillary. So single character of the monohybrid cross phenotype we will write here. Phenotype is how much? Phenotype means here we can able to see that the axillary character 1, 2, 3, that is 3 cases. One is the recessive case, and the genotype if we will find, this is one of the character homozygous, this is one of the homozygous terminal, axillary and homozygous terminal, two are heterozygous axillary. This is the ratio of these two. Okay, and for the next experiment, second one, we will also verify that. Hello, for second experiment 2, we will go for the two of the plants, that is the height of the plant we will go. Height of the plant, so that is tallness crosses with the dwarfness, and tallness is denoted with TT and dwarfness is denoted with TT, so that we will be taking, this is the pure tall, this is the pure dwarf, so phenotype of the parent, genotype of the parents is tall here, phenotype and genotype both are here dwarf. So we will be taking as the, this one is the female, this one is the male, allowing for the cross, so that we will be showing as like this. So giving the gametes, that is forming the gametes, is this is the meiosis, reductional division, and these are forming the gametes, and these gametes when they are forming, here also we will be seeing that meiosis equally we are going through, and this is the male and this is the female. So the random fusion of the gametes we are taking, here we will be so each case we are getting like this heterozygous tall plants. This is all F1 generation. This is the F1 generation, first filial generation, and phenotype says that all are tall plants. All are tall plants, but all are heterozygous. Tallness is dominating, and 4 of the offsprings are showing as the same, like the same of the heterozygous characters. If you are feeling any difficult to do like this, you can able to go for table also. So this is female versus male. So you can able to go with the each gamete with this gamete of the fusion forming the zygote. Either this you can do it, and this is all phenotype of the characters of the tall F1 generation. Then we will take for the, this is a cross breed, cross pollination of the results, and we will allow for the self pollination in this F2 generation. So any two of the breeds we can take for one is the male and the another one is the female. That is, and again we will get the gametes. This is the meiosis, reductional division, forming gametes and allowing for the showing as the zygote. That is this one with this. So again these two, again these two. Or we can able to do like this also, taking the Punnett square. Gamete with gamete forming the zygote, male and the female. So here it is the fusion to form this of the four of the offsprings we got in F2 generation. This is F1 generation. Here one is the homozygous tall. Here is the homozygous dwarf. Here two cases, heterozygous, that is tall. So all total, if we will go with the phenotype, 3:1, 3 cases are tall, 1 is the dwarf one. If we will go for the genotype, the same like the before experiment, 1:2:1, 1 is the homozygous tall, 1 is the homozygous dwarf, 2 is the heterozygous tall. Okay, then we will be, this is also the same of the Mendel's law of dominance and law of segregation. It is segregated under the tallness and the dwarfness, and dominance also. It is all the dominating characters, that is the tallness is the dominating character and the dwarfness is the recessive character, so that the ratio shows that 3:1 and genotype ratio says that 1:2:1. Okay, in that, and the this next video we will go for the law of independent assortment. Thank you.